Srila Prabhupada in the purport says that not knowing the value of life, karmis create a situation whereby they suffer in this life and next. So again, as a practice devotees, we should be careful on this part. How we should not be kind of materialistic people, because at least now we got this knowledge. We should be very, very careful. Like again, I'm telling myself that I should be very, very careful, because if I also get into that, the result is, Prabhupada says that we will not achieve our result. Our result is getting Krishna Prema or go back home, back to Godhead. It's not possible, because it says we like karmis, they suffer in this life and the next also, because whatever the enjoyment, suffering, the result comes with a sin, and that sin or even punya gets allowed to take birth again. So to avoid that, I should be very, very careful. Prabhupada quotes from Bhagavad Gita, Yat karoshi yat ajnashi, yat jahosi dadasi yat tapasyasya kaunteya, tad skurusva madarpanam. Prabhupada in the purport quoting this, he says that Lord is saying, O son of Kunti, all that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as all the austerities that you may perform, should be done as an offering unto me. So as a practice devotees, this is my goal of life, because whatever I do, whatever I eat, I should offer to Krishna. Means without offering, without giving as a bhoga to the Lord, I should not consume. We remember His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur as a child, Vimala Prasad. He wanted to eat a mango, when his father Bhaktivinoda Thakur just mildly chastised. Whole life he refused to take mango because he said, I'm sinner. So this is the lesson our great Acharya is giving here. All that you do. So the whole that you do means whatever my activities, whatever my day-to-day activities should be centered around Krishna. Then it becomes Krishna conscious. Otherwise, I will be sense consciousness. So there is a difference between that. Yat karoshi yat ajnashi. And that whatever offer. So there are so many people are doing so many charities or austerities. There are people, Kumbh Mela, we would have heard, people standing on one leg, people sleeping on the water, all those things, austerities they do. But what is the result? For what they're doing it? Here Krishna is saying, it should be offered to me. Then only it becomes austerity. Otherwise, simply, sense gratification or for name, fame, glories. There are so many magicians. They do so many magics. Srila Prabhupada says the wonderful magic, what he has done is making this hippies and happies. That's the activity we should take in our life. So all that give away, the charities, there are so many people, so many philanthropic activities they do. Other day when we wanted to do some program, we wanted one company to sponsor, not much, the small amount, the gifts to be given to the children. One of the senior person in the company who is very favorable to us, she approached the management. They said, no, we can give something if they're doing dog protection or some animal protection. Yes, we can give, but not for spiritual. This is the management. This is the mentality of that. So anything spiritual, it is not NGO according to them. It is not social service according to them. So actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says real paropakara is giving Krishna consciousness, real paropakara. Bharata bhumite hoile janma kar sartaka kar paropakara. Yare deko kare kaho Krishna upadesha. There is a real paropakara is that. Real social service is that. This is what Krishna is saying there. Whatever give away, give it as an offering to me. That is a real, service build. But the karmis, today's people in society has no idea. Prabhupada says, they have no knowledge. Now, what is my responsibility? What is our responsibility here is that give this knowledge, give this information to the people. Then only they will understand. If just keep saying that they don't know, and if I keep quiet, that doesn't serve the purpose. If that is the case, Srila Prabhupada would have kept quiet. He would have, sitting in the Radha Damodar temple and chanting his name, Krishna's name, and being there happy. But he took austerity of going all the way to America, and with so much difficulty, because he wanted to give this knowledge. That is the real paropakara. That is the real service. So, and it says austerities and may perform should be offered to the Lord. So we may do so many austerities, but what is that best of austerities? His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj says that the all that austerities for a grahastha is to just get up early morning, as early as in Brahma Murta, chant his rounds. That is the austerity. That's all you have to do, nothing else. Actually, in today's world, everything has become so easy. The olden days, it's not so easy. Even the book distribution, you could have seen in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time. So devotees used to write books in the leaf, and they used to take that for a distribution. Whereas now we have everything is printed, abundantly supplied by the temple. All that we have to, hand it over to somebody. Simple, but I have so much difficulties. I have so much problems in doing that. So that's why Prabhupada is quoting here. All that, do it, offering it to Krishna. Prabhupada further in the purport says, the results of one's activity should be utilized not for sense gratification. So in Bhagavatam also, I think third canto, 11th chapter or 12th chapter, Prabhupada uses this word, says, the karmis also earn money, devotees also earn money. Prabhupada gives an analogy like a poisonous snake. The poison in the snake is a very, very poisonous. If it bite, it will be killed. But when the teeth is removed, that poison has no meaning, because the poison is given. The snake cannot do anything. Similarly, the wealth in the hands of karmi is like a poisonous snake. The wealth in the hands of the devotee is without poison, though it can be easily used for Krishna's service. The result, I'm not just saying wealth alone. The result of all activities, I may be having little intelligence, I may be having little artistic way of doing something, or I may be intelligent to speak, or I may be having contacts. Whatever I have, utility is a principle, according to Prabhupada, has given a very simple thought. So whatever the result I get should be offered to Krishna. That is the ultimate bottom line. So whole life of a devotee should be centered around that. Whatever I have it. So I may be, good in something. Use it for Krishna service. Not only that, we should be intelligent enough to engage others also. Engage others in the Krishna service according to their capacity, according to their intelligence, according to their skills. How Srila Prabhupada was so skillful. He was engaged each one, each one according to their skills and time, place, circumstances, engage them. Give them tasks. Somebody good in construction, give them a task. Somebody good in negotiation. His Holiness Ramalakshmana Goswami Maharaj was sent to Mayapur because he was good in, negotiation and talking to people. No, whatever it is, use it for Krishna's service. That is the mood in which we should, in our preaching movement also, we should imbibe these qualities. So that the result is in given for Krishna. Prabhupada says that the information Bhagavad Gita is about aim of life is given. And at the end, it demands surrender. This is where the crux of our success comes, that we have all the information. Desha Sutata Yuktana Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam. He says that I'll give the intelligence, I'll give the buddhi, but you serve Priti Purvakam. And at the end, Prabhupada says he demands surrender. So surrender is just not requesting. Throughout Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is requesting Arjuna, or is just telling, okay, I've given information. It's up to you now. You do whatever you want. You do the way you want. Of course, Arjuna doesn't says that I'll do whatever I want. Arjuna says, I'll do what you want. This should be the mood of the devotee. So, but finally, Sarvadharma Parityajya Mameka Sharanam Braja Aham tas sarva papebhyo mokshaya shamasushaha. Here is demands. So, as a practice devotees, for me also, the life should be centered around surrender to Krishna. How I am surrendered, how I am surrendered to my talk, my behavior, my activities, everything should be centered around surrender to Krishna. This is how I should behave. Otherwise, my life will be waste. I mean, because if I miss this human life, we all know that how difficult it is to get another human life. I mean, I don't have to talk about that. All know that. Here talks about there are different levels in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sanatana Goswami's the discussion. He says, Dvaite abadra badra jnana sabha manodharma ye bhala ye manda ye sabha abad abharam. The material world, the conception of good and bad, of all mental speculation. Therefore, saying this good and this is bad is a mistake. So generally, as a practice devotees, we always find, oh, he is good, he is bad, that is good, that is bad. No, it says material world, the conception of good or bad is a mental speculation. Anything connected to Krishna is good, anything not connected to Krishna is not good. That is the ultimate. So that is what I should practice. That's why he says that Dvaite abadha badra jnana sabha mano dharma. So it's everything your mental speculation. There is nothing good or bad about it. But only when that is connected to Krishna, that becomes good. Like Prabhupada says that there's so many zeros, but only when that one is put, it got value. Otherwise, it has no value. Similarly, I may be having so many things. I may be having my wealth, knowledge, or my skills, but that is not engaged in Krishna's service. That's all, illusion, or that's not going to result anything. That's where I should, work on it. So, like we, see the ocean. Ocean is so beautiful from the look far, so beautiful. So this material world also looks so beautiful. The Maya is so attractive. So people think that so attractive. Recently, we wanted one, Gita Jayanti program. We had to get people to do some, games, things like that, so that we can attract people. Otherwise, when we say there is a Sankirtan happening, there is a Gita Parayan happening, very rarely people will come, very few people come. But there is something big, games, but something activities happening, the lights, attraction, people come. What to do? So that attracted people, of course, then it's our job is to engage them to Krishna's services, and give them a holy name, give them Krishna Prasad, give them Bhagavad Gita. Actually, Prabhupada wanted this 3 P's, nothing else. If 3 P's are worked, everything will be. First P is preaching. More than that, preaching is a prayer, the chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The simply chant the holy name, simply engage them chanting the holy name, the prayers. So as much as possible, connect them to the holy name. Of course, I have to chant myself. So that's the first P. When the chanting happens, our the life purification starts. The life towards Krishna's connection starts. And then along with that, give Bhagavad Gita and preach. So our preaching should happen because that's the real paropakara. When that happens, hands over Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Prabhupada books, and along with that, give them Krishna Prasad. So the food for the body, food for the soul, both should be given. And Maya is used to attract them. In one of the lecture, I think Kalachakra Prabhu, he says that if you really sincere in preaching, Maya will help you. Maya will bring the people. Maya is not working against you. Maya will work for you because senses that should be used to bring them to the lotus feet of Krishna. So, like, the vulture, it can see the animal from the very far. But when its own death comes, it's not able to see. That's the difference that those who are in karmis. They can see so many attraction, but their own suffering comes, they are not able to see. Like I giving an example of ocean. Ocean looks very, very attractive, but so get into the water, the sea water is miserable. It's not so easy. Srila Prabhupada writes the ocean, Jaladuta drive to America. It is not so easy. It's a seasickness. More than that, that ocean is Bhavasagara of this material world is more dangerous for us. Somebody was mentioning during tsunami time, I think it's Malaysia or I don't know where, that before the tsunami, the ocean was going backwards because of the pressure. And the people who are on the beach, they were wondered, oh, what's happening? The ocean is going back. They were running with the cameras to take pictures and videos. And under that, there are so many fishes, they were lying. They were after that, okay, catch the fish. So they did not know that the ocean is going back, is going to hit back. Very soon, the ocean came up with a very high and hit and captured everybody. So this is what happens in the material world. It attracts so nicely so that people are immersed. She will run behind it and it will capture them. So the point is that material world is such an illusion, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says here, that Sanatana Goswami's instruction says here. So here also talks about how, one second, the people generally don't understand. Krishna says that Avajhanati ma mudha manushathanam arshitham. The fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature, my supreme domination all over that. So karmis or general people, they don't understand who is Krishna, what is his position, what the Supreme Lord is here to take us all back home, back to Godhead. His only purpose is to somehow or other take us back. He is so merciful. He is so concerned about all of us. But we are not. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about myself. I behave like a rascal. I am not interested. So that's where my real purpose of life comes there. I should understand Krishna, the other deities in the temple, all the acharyas, all the Guru Parampara, their only purpose is that somehow or other connect this fallen soul back to Krishna so that he can make his life successful. In Bhagavatam, Brahmaji prays in third canto, 9th chapter, 6th verse says, Tavad bhayam dravina deha suhurnimittam shokam sparsha prabhibhava viplavo cha lobhas tavan mameti asad avagarah ati arti moolam yavan nate anirgha abhayam pravanirtha lokha. My Lord, people of the world are embraced by all material anxieties. They are always afraid. They are always try to protect wealth, body, friends. They are all filled with lamentation and unlawful desires and paraphernalia. And they avariciously base their undertakings on the perishable conception of my and mine, as long as they do not take shelter of safe lotus feet. They are all full of such anxieties. This is Brahmaji's prayer. The material people in the material world are full of anxieties. Now, again, as a practicing devotees, I should not get into these anxieties. So I should be very, very careful, because otherwise, what they do, they try to protect wealth, they try to protect the body, friends. So, example, yesterday, some children were doing a drama. How the one Grahastha not able to Kailash, not able to take Narada's instructions because of the so many attachment. Yes, he want to make his business, he want to take care of children, he want to take care of his grandchildren, and even the dog's body or snake's body is not. So the point, we have so many Naradas in our life, so many Acharyas in our life. They are coming and requesting, please come to temple. No, I'm not interested. I have so many anxieties. And here it says they protect wealth, body, friends. They are all filled with the lamentation. I have a lamentation for the what I lost yesterday's. I have anxiety for the tomorrow. Yesterday is dead, gone. Tomorrow is not born. But I have a lamentation for yesterday. I have a anxiety for tomorrow, which is not even come. But in the process, I suffered today. Now, so unlawful desires and paraphernalia. What happens this? In the process, we develop all the unlawful desires. So, which are sense gratifications, which are against Krishna's desire. You know, uh, whichever not connected to Krishna is unlawful, or whichever not engaged in service of Krishna, or whichever engaged in my senses is unlawful. So they are based their undertakings on the perishable conception of my and mine. So this two concept, everything related to my, the my comes first, then comes mine. So there are so many incidents we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita also. There's a place it's mentioned that the mudhas, other people, materialist people, for the sense gratification of self, they try to exploit their own parents, their own children. And when they don't get that, they're ready to do anything for that matter. We'd have heard so many news, so many murders, so many rapes, or so many things. It's within the close relatives, because it's my senses, my possessions, my. And when that my satisfied, a next level goes to mine. My village, my village, my country, my state, my religion, my caste, everything that. That's why Prabhupada always said that you are not this body, you are spirit soul. You are not Indian, you are not American, you are not Hindu, you are not Muslims. So that is the whole body of all conception has to be removed. So whole concept of my and my. So remember a kind of joke or story, a monkey who wanted to cross a river. It had a baby. So while crossing the river, the little water was there. So it was walking, keeping the baby on her belly. The water came up. When the water came up to the belly. So she took the baby and put it on her shoulder. Walked. Now water came up to here. Now she put the baby on her head and started walking. Now water came up to here. Water came up to the head. At this stage, she puts the baby down and stamps on the baby and jumps over. So the point is that to protect herself, she is ready to sacrifice her own baby. So to protect me, I'm ready to sacrifice mine. So me and mine comes next. So as long as they did not take shelter of the safe lotus feet, here also Prabhupada, the purpose says Krishna demands surrender. When Brahmaji also says that if they don't take shelter of the Supreme Lord, they are full of anxieties. Again, as a practice devotees, if I'm also in such anxiety, then what's the difference between them? Generally, for the newcomers, we preach the difference between human and animal. Now, for us, the practicing devotees, what is the difference between the practicing devotee and the karmis? If I'm also in the same anxiety, if I'm also trying to do, we hear some of our fellow devotees get kind of trapped with the scams who are offering immediate money, immediate property, or big lotteries and get cheated. So we are also in that same line. Then what's the difference? We should be very, very careful on this point. That's why Prabhupada says, a pure devotee always attracted to accumulating wealth, just like an ordinary man. But the difference is the devotee acquires some money for the service of the Lord, whereas ordinary man acquires some money for his sense enjoyment. So that's the difference. When I do everything for the pleasure of Krishna, Krishna's protection is there. If not, I'll be the sufferer. Prabhupada also give an example of which I gave the snake example he gives here. So like this, there are so many examples are given, but we are all part of the Supreme Lord. We are all the son of that supremely rich Krishna. Why do you worry? Prabhupada gives always his example. When that supremely wealthy Krishna is with us, why should I worry? So, like Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita, Mavayam sa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha mana shastrani prakrite sthani krishyati. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to the conditioned life, they are suffering very hard with the 6 senses, which include mind. So we are all part and parcel of Krishna. We are all the Amsha of the Lord. But because of our we are struggling very hard, the senses and the mind. The mind and the senses, they are the most dangerous unless that's engaged in Krishna service. We cannot control the senses. We cannot control the mind. It's very, very difficult, whereas we can engage them. That's why we need to have a regular activities. That's why if you see Srila Prabhupada's, the ISKCON, daily morning 4:30 to evening 8:30, the back-to-back activities. No, idle's devil workshop. So idle mind is devil workshop, it says. So we should be very, very active. The senses, all senses should be immediately used, immediately engaged Krishna service. Otherwise, our mind will keep running. Our mind is such a devil. It's a example given is mind is like the monkey who are haunted by ghost and is also drunk. So such a mind is very, very difficult. Mind sitting here will run so many places. So that mind has to be used or engaged. How that can be done? Only when we have regular activities. We should have regular festivals. Now the New Year coming. So it's not our Sanatan New Year, but just to attract people, we should arrange kirtans, like our temple arranged. So all this helps to make our activity such that we are all engaged in Krishna service. Otherwise, a mind will be, like Krishna says, karshati, struggling, the grappling hard, Srila Prabhupada says, grappling. So we are struggling. The struggle can be made easy. Just simply take up Krishna's service. Simply think about surrender. The whole problem can be solved. Like the example in Chaitanya Charitamrita given, like the different levels of people. It says, कोटि ज्ञानी मध्ये हय एक जना मुक्त कोटि मुक्त मध्ये दुर्लभ एक Krishna Bhakta. Out of many millions of wise men, one may actually become liberated, mukta. Out of many millions of such liberated persons, a pure devotee Lord is very difficult to find. So, this is the Krishna Bhakta. We are all so fortunate because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy and Srila Prabhupada disciples' mercy and grand disciples' mercy. We are so fortunate to have association of Krishna, association of pure devotees, and the holy name and the temple and Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures. We are such a fortunate because out of so many, there are so many jnanis, karmis, but out of which very few will Manushana Sahasresha Prabhupada quotes there. So also, further it says that Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Atavesha Santa Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Karmi Siddhi Kami Sakila Asanta. Because the devotees of Krishna are desireless, he is peaceful. Fruitive workers desire material enjoyment. Jnanis desire liberation. Yogis desire material opulences. And therefore, they are lusty and cannot be peaceful. So, if you are looking for peace, happy, so Krishna Bhakta is desireless. Anya bhilashita shinya jnana karmadi anavrutam anukulena anushilanam bhaktiruttam. So, Anya abhilashita, all my desires, abhilasha, should be centered and serving Krishna. That is my mood. Anukulena Anushilanam. They should be favorable and as desired by Krishna. That is a bhakti. That is a bhakti uttam. So, like here says that the devotees are desireless and peaceful. When there is no desire, our whole peace formula comes. There is no other peace required. Whereas other side, the fruited workers, material enjoyment, and jnani is liberation, because they want somehow, because suffering, want to get out of it. No. Yogis, material opulences, so many gymnastics, but because of that, they end up in a lust and they are always disturbed. So further it says, there are 90 million demigods, 70 million sages who are all called Naranarayana, devotees of Narayana, along with the only few called Narayana Parayana. So we should get that more, Narayana Parayana. Therefore, Prabhupada says that the difference between Siddhas and Naraparayana is that the direct devotees are called Narayana Parayana, whereas those perform various types of mystic yoga are called Siddhas. So we don't want any Siddha. We don't want any magic. We don't want any gymnastic. We just want to be simple-hearted, simple devotees. Like gopis, I mean, of course, we cannot imitate them. We have to aspire that our mood, like, our wonderful bhajan, Bajahure Mana. Bajahure Mana Sri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare Dullabha Manava Janama Sasangi. Whom mind just worship lotus feet of Krishna, Sri Nandana, Sri son of Nanda, which makes one fearless, having obtained this rare human birth, cross over this ocean of worldly existence by association of saintly persons. So that is the ultimate goal. Just surrender Sri Nandananda, Krishna, and will make Abhaya Charanara. So all our fear, all our anxieties are gone. That's why we have His Divine Grace, Abhaya Charanara Vinda, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Abhaya Charana, the fearless, just surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna, just surrender to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Is Abhaya Charana, is AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So that is taken in our life. Everything will be taken care. That is, I don't have to worry anything. So otherwise, like here says, the durlabha manava janma. So this human life is so rare. I should be very, very conscious of this. I don't want one more life in this material world. My goal of life is somehow go back to home, back to Godhead in this life itself. So if that is my life, I should be center everything into Krishna, everything in Krishna consciousness, serving Krishna and Krishna devotees. That is the ultimate goal. In the this bhajan, the last stanza says, just read the translation. It is the desire and the great longing of Govinda Dasa to engage himself in the 9 process of bhakti, namely hearing glories of the Lord and Lord Hari and chanting the glories, constantly remembering him and offering prayers, him serving the Lord's lotus feet and serving Supreme Lord as the servant, worshipping with the flowers and incense, so forth, serving him as a friend and completely offering the Lord's one's own self. So finally, the Navavidha Bhakti, finally the offering himself. So we can take anyone. So like Govindasa says here, anyone we can take and somehow we can take up that Krishna consciousness 100% in my life. That will make my life successful. That is only the peace formula. That is only the that make me successful. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 5:29, Bhokta Rajatapasa Sarvaloka Maheshwara Shuhradam Sarvabhutanam Jnatvam Shanti Rachati. He says that he is a Bhoktara, he is a Sarvaloka Maheshwara, he is the dearmost friend, Shuhrad. Suhrad means there is no one else dear to me than him. He is so dear, so merciful. Even if I take a, in the body of worm in the stool, he comes as a Paramatma there. That is the dear most friend. He is always there with me. But if I don't understand this, Jnatvam Shanti Rachati, if I understand properly, I'll get peace. Otherwise, I'll be peace. I will not get the peaceful. The Shanti formula, the peace formula Krishna gives. Prabhupada says that this is the only formula. Completely understand that he is a Bhoktara. He is a Sarvaloka Maheshwara. He is my dearmost friend. And with this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, any one of the process, or Atma Nivedana, finally, if I take up that, any one process, at least I can make this human life successful. So that here, like this verse says that otherwise material world is full of anxiety, full of sufferings, full of problems. Like Krishna himself says, Dukhalayam Shashvatam. We all know that. But again, as a practice devotees, I should understand that I should not be like this materialist people. I should not be like the karmis. I should think beyond what is that Prabhupada wanted me to do. What is that proper disciples and grand disciples wants me to do. That's where I should think about. That's where my thought process should go. Is that proper disciples wants me to like this other karmis, or the different that I should take up my life such that I make this Dullabha Manava Janma the end, no more birth again, so that I can go back home, back to Godhead. But that's not the only one. I should make sure that everybody goes back. So I should preach. So again, the 3 P's, the preaching and prayer and prasad. These 3 things will work in my life. So if I do my chanting nicely, if I do my prayer nicely, if I do my sadhana nicely, if I do my reading and scriptures nicely, and according to I'll preach and offer Krishna prasad to others, I can make my life successful, and also I can help, I can do the paropakara. Otherwise, I'll also be like another karmi. With this, I'll stop here. So devotees can share their comments or feedback if any. Please, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prasadeshwar Krishna. Thank you so much for the morning session where we getting alerted wonderfully. Especially for me, since you already summarized this, takeaway for me was that tsunami analogy. That was wonderful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I would request devotees to share their comments, or if they have any questions or inputs, please unmute and share.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prasadeshwar Prabhu's 3 priests is the ultimate Prabhu. Very nice Prabhu, preaching prasadam and prayers. Very nice.
When 3 P's are there, other 3 3 M's comes along with that. Money, material, and what is that? Money, material, and men. Yes, all 3 men comes automatically. But many times as a practicing devotees, we work on that. We work, how to collect more money, how to get more people, how to, get matter. But if you work on these 3 P's, the other 3 M's comes automatically. That should be our mode.
Thank you so much, brother. And the Monday morning, very motivating lecture. Thank you. Dandavat Pranam.
Anybody else would like to share? One small question I had, Prabhuji. We understand that is suffering. We understand this is dukhalim. But somehow, at least in my case, the problem is how to be mindful about that in that particular situation. Really.
This is my problem also, bro. So yeah, that's why we are association. That's why we have to help each other. We have to, always read, continuously hear, continuously read, continuously remind, because our mind is such that it will keep running here and there. So it will continuously hear and read. So keep reminding myself, yes, no, that's not the path. This is the path. Then maybe the hope is there. Of course, Srila Prabhupada gives a guarantee. If you stick to Srila Prabhupada's, what Srila Prabhupada said, Srila Prabhupada process, there is no doubt that we'll miss. There's no doubt. Srila Prabhupada's guaranteed will get out of this material world. Only thing is, be in the ISKCON, be in the Srila Prabhupada's association, and read and hear Srila Prabhupada's books and distribute books. That will, and of course, doing my sadhana nicely. My focus always keep reminding myself. Yes, otherwise, it's a danger is there.
And follow in the footsteps of His Grace Prasadeshwar Krishna Prabhu.
Okay, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranams Prabhu. Thanks for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Can you just explain the 3 P's and 3 M's, Prabhu? Just now you mentioned.
First P is a prayer. Prayers, chanting the holy name. And second is preaching. Preaching means speaking and distributing books. And of course, anything related to preaching. And third is prasada. These 3 P's. When these 3 P's are done, other 3 M's, material, men, and money, all 3 comes. When we preach nicely, there is people coming. When there is people are coming, material comes, the whatever property required for the preaching comes, and manpower automatically comes. So 3 M's also comes along with that. So our focus should be always on these 3 P's. That's what I take it.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. And Radharani Mataji is taking her Bhakti Shastri 2nd module today. Exams is writing.
Wow.
And I am also taking my Guru Ashriya exam. I am writing, Prabhu.
Wow.
So please bless us, Prabhu.
All the best. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Any further comments, questions, or inputs? I think there are none, Prabhu. So we can end with Vaishnava Pranams. Manchakalpatarubhyascha Prabhasindabhyayavach Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, once again. Thank you all devotees. I'll end the session. We'll meet at the same time tomorrow. Hare Krishna.